Okay, so here's the testing setup. I have down here a cutting board, just like Gordon. This one happens to be 3/4 of an inch thick, and it is also made out of oak. Up here, I've made some marks on the walls, each one being, of course, here 3 feet, and that's measured from the top of the cutting board. Well, actually I measured here and then added 3/4 of an inch because that's the thickness of the cutting board. Anyway, so there's an additive 3/4 of an inch. I don't know if you can see this here, but there's this little plumb line that I've set up, and that's so that I can make sure that I have the most accurate vertical data possible. Anyways, so we're going all the way up from 3 feet to 4 to 5, 6, 7, and all the way up to 8. And we're going to be dropping some of these balls here. What I have here is JT Tactical. This stuff is, I don't know if you can see this. This is just the same age as this Zap Rec series. However, if you look at the Rec series, I believe it actually kept a little bit better than the JT Tactical because I think this stuff has a thicker shell, and maybe this will come out during the testing. We don't know. Anyways, you can see, well, maybe you can, maybe you can't. Yeah, you can. You can see this. This is that's a dimple right there, and this paint is pretty dimply. I don't know. There's another dimple right there. So, but this stuff, every ball I pulled out of there, no dimples, none, zero. Very strange. Anyways, hopefully in my testing we'll see what goes on here. Anyways, I'll probably add something to the end of this video, a little rundown, but interestingly enough, this paint right here is actually heavier than the JT Tactical, but the JT Tactical is actually a smaller paint, so I'm not sure what to make of this. We'll see if maybe that also comes out in the testing. Of course, I used my digital caliper to measure them. I took I think 20 measurements of balls just to get a good cross section, and I have information written down here, and we'll see how many bounces and breaks we can get, or bounces and breaks we can get at the end of this testing. Here's something interesting I noticed when I was looking at some of these balls from testing. I've got my digital caliper here, and these 3 balls appear to be normal size, but these guys are really small, and I mean really small, so small that I can actually tell by eye. So let's take a look at this. Dimply, 0.668. Then we look at this guy, really tiny, and we've got 0.586. So that will roll right out of your barrel. It doesn't matter how good your detents are. That stuff is small. Let's take a look at this thing right here. 0.601. That is incredibly tiny. And we'll go back to our normal paint here. And we have, oh, that's not right in the center. 647. 653. Let's grab some more of these here. 663 and 642. As a kind of interesting note, that's what happens when you buy cheap paint. And I gotta actually look at some of the balls that I've actually dropped now and see if any of them are this small, because that would definitely skew some of my results. Anyways, yeah, that's what happens when you buy cheap paint. This stuff, garbage. JT Tactical. Well, I'm finished doing my testing. I've got 3 feet for about the JT and Zap, 5 feet, or sorry, 4 feet, 5 feet, 6, 7, so on and so forth. I didn't see my first break until 5 feet with the Zap, and all the rest of these are all bounces. And then there was another break. So, surprisingly, at 7 feet I got the most breaks as compared with the 8 feet. Things are looking pretty bad for JT. Every single ball bounced. Every last one of them. In fact, you know what was really weird was to get one of their balls to break, I couldn't actually get it to break by squeezing it, which you typically can. So I actually tried to stick a fork into it, and a fork didn't do it, and then of course I actually had to use a knife just to find out what size, what color fill this thing is. So yeah, this paint is tough. Things are not looking good for JT, because the Zap series, oh there we go, the Zap series paint is actually about $6 a case cheaper, and yet it seems to be much better paint, because these two paints are the same. They were bought at the same time, and I wanted to see what the tack ammo sort of stuff was, whether it would be a good practice paint or not, but it's not. It sucks. I wouldn't recommend it to anybody.